Good morning and happy Friday. This is Kara checking in with your morning minute, and today is Friday, April 3rd. So I wanted to check in because I know several of you would have been joining me today or last night down at our condos in the Lake of the Ozarks for our annual women's retreat. And I just wanted to check in and see how you guys are doing. I have had a rough week, and I'm sure you can tell by the way that I look or the way that I sound, but it's been a really hard week this week, and much harder than I anticipated, much harder than last week. I'm trying to be honest and real here, but it's just been a week of processing a lot of tears, and trying to just kind of understand what's going on, or at least let myself feel what's going on. So Louis home, and the week has been crazy. We've been so busy with work and trying to find work for him, and trying to figure out bills and get food and just all of the things that a family has to do to survive, but also for me, keeping my job going normal and keeping the kids regular on a schedule, and praying that they are experiencing this with as little grief and trauma as possible. And so this week really is all kind of built up in my emotions and built up in my head, and I've had a harder time processing it. This morning I woke up and I was thinking about retreat, and I was thinking about how much I love retreat. And it really, it hurt me this morning to wake up and know that we weren't at the lake together. I still did my normal routine, which some of you guys know. When I'm at the lake, my normal is get up and not put any makeup on, keep my glasses on, hair goes up in a messy bun, and usually, and I'm gonna grab it so you can see, normally the first thing I do is I go make a big cup of hot tea, which I have here with me, and then I go out onto the deck of our condo. And a lot of times I'll take my yoga mat and I'll do some yoga, and I'll just sit. And I think that's my favorite thing about going on retreat, is the opportunity to just sit outside and to enjoy the lake, enjoy the view. I usually try to get up early. I know a lot of people in the condos that I stay in are night owls, so I'm usually the first one up, and I sit and I drink, and I try to take some deep breaths, and I just listen to the quiet. And this morning I got up and I said, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna go ahead and step outside, and my view is definitely not as pretty. I'm staring at some old apartments and a little bit of trash on the ground, and hearing some dump trucks or loud noises or something. But the cool air is still wonderful, and the birds are out, and I'm still able to take that deep breath before my day gets started. And I'm thinking about all of the scriptures that we've talked about so far, and how they've led, or they've continued these thoughts that I'm having today. And I think about Kyle's sermon last Sunday and processing that grief, and the passage, the scripture line that says Jesus wept. And that brings me comfort in knowing that I am not alone in my tears. I am not alone in this processing. Last night I was able to jump on our women's ministry or women's church call for prayer, and I wasn't going to, and thank God for one of our church ladies who said it's okay if you can't talk or you can't pray. And so I just hopped on and I sat there in silence, and I typed a few notes when I needed something, and people gave me that grace to just be. And so this morning I am thinking of you guys. I am knowing how many of you are so disappointed by not being on this trip, or who are just in the same place I am, processing this week, processing grief and the feelings that you're feeling, the stress, the overload. And I'm just thinking of you. Just know that I'm thinking of you. I'm praying for you. I'm thinking of the scriptures that we've already talked about, and I'm walking this journey with you. And I wanted to just leave that with you this morning. I miss you all. I can't wait to see you soon. And be in touch, because I will be, and I think I'm gonna try and do maybe another video later. I don't know, I haven't figured out how this looks the next couple of days as we're on retreat, but you will hear from me. And I hope you get a moment today to just step outside, take a deep breath, and maybe pretend you're by the lake, or do something that you would normally do when we go on retreat. I know there's lots of different things people do. Maybe play a board game. play a board game with your family, play a card game with your friend over Zoom or something, and just take a moment to retreat even though we can't be together. I love you all, and I'll see you soon. Bye.